Public service announcement. I'm feeling the ish out of myself today. I even pulled out the big boys, like I got the Panther ring on. Look how bad that mother sucker is. I've seen this fragrance through the interwebs on a couple of people's list as a very sexy scent profile by a fragrance house that, truth be told, doesn't do it for me, and that's the house of Jean Paul Gaultier. So your boy picked up Scandal. I don't know what to expect from this fragrance. I'm wondering why people got it on their list, and maybe this might be the first Jean Paul Gaultier scent that I'm like, ooh wee, but we don't know until we test it out. Let's roll my motherfucking music so we can check out Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal.
We're all alone. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A, Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal. First off, box is very cool. Love the velvety feeling.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Had to throw that in there. But I'm going into this as a negative Nancy. I feel that the house of Jean Paul Gaultier, from my experience, hasn't really done much for me. But I'm also judging it based on the overall Le Mans line, right? Me and Le Mans just don't mesh very well. But Scandal can absolutely be completely different. We don't know. I haven't looked up any notes. As usual, I love the surprise element, and that's what we're going to do today. I saw this in a Gent Scent short or some sort as like one of the sexiest joints or whatever. We'll find out, right? Shout out to Gent Sense. He's the homie, bro. He's a cool dude. We have a great rapport. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but good guy, and he's blowing up, so God bless him. So here is Scandal. I mean, it doesn't look cheap or shitty, but you know, a little crown joint. Scandal, bang bang. It isn't nothing too crazy, but it's a good looking bottle. I like it. It's hefty. Big glass, heavy. You throw this shit at somebody, it's like cracking them over the head with a Snapple bottle, bro. It's gonna do some damage. Made in España, joder. All right, well, let's try this joint out. Maybe I should look up some notes first, just so I can kind of get my brain in the space that I know what's coming. So let's check it out. All right, maybe I should have looked up the notes. The notes are listed as clary sage, mandarin orange, caramel, tonka bean, and vetiver. Caramel and tonka bean, huh? Do like those notes, but we'll see. Caramel and tonka bean, clary sage, citrus, and vetiver, huh? Well, let's see. I mean, you know, the interwebs is saying that this joint is sexy, and this might be the Jean Paul Gaultier to make me jump on the bandwagon. We shall find out. My God, I'm feeling myself today. Hopefully this scent will help me feel myself even more. I like it better than Le Mans, I'll give you that right from jump. But it's kind of in that same vein too. I like the sweetness. The clary sage really pops. The mandarin also pops crazy. The caramel feels almost creamsicle-ish kind of vibe. It has a little bit of that Le Mans essence that gives me a headache, and it's giving me that muscle memory that I don't love. I don't dislike it, but I'm getting a lot of trauma smell. I'm getting trauma smell, and that's maybe what it is. It's just traumatic. Maybe my anxiety is just kicking up today. Something about it gives me the Jean Paul Gaultier vibe. Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mans scent profiles are super popular, loved by a lot of people. And I get it, right? But different strokes for different folks, and the way that it strokes me is that it doesn't. Like, the shit just doesn't, it doesn't vibe off my skin, and I don't know what it is about their DNA. There's something about it that just pierces my nasal cavity. It just, I don't know. This kind of has that energy. I'm gonna try it on skin because I want to be fair, and I spent money on this shit, so you know, I want to at least try to get like my bread's worth. But something about it is just not cooperating on the test strip, but maybe on skin it has a different vibe. I'm not saying it's bad. We're talking about personal preferences and taste here. Stand by, okay? It is better off skin so far. The mandarin heavily pops, followed by that herbaceousness from the clary sage. It does have a little bit of a cleanliness, fresh out of the shower, body soap kind of essence. It has a sweetness. I wouldn't necessarily pinpoint it as caramel so much as I do get the tonka bean aspect. I don't get so much of that caramel off the skin. The vetiver dryness there, maybe, possibly, but not crazy either. Let's let it dry down for a little bit and see what kind of energy we're gonna get off of it. Please hold. I've given this joint like 5 minutes. Let me go back to it. Let me snort it and see what kind of energy I'm getting off this piece. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right off a rip, it's definitely off of my skin, more tolerable than Le Male. Off the test strip, it pinpointed more of that Le Male essence. Again, it could be just trauma in the back of the medulla, but off the skin, it doesn't scream that Le Male essence so much. You do pick up like a differentiating factor that does remind me of Jean Paul Gaultier. There's a little DNA there, just like a Terry Mugler. Like there's these little petroleum roof tar burnt sensations that you kind of pinpoint. This, it seems to be that Jean Paul Gaultier has that same kind of scent profile or lineage in their sense that does remind you of that house. Does it drive me crazy in the sense that it's like a panty dropping, extremely complimented, yes, I was just scratching my balls kind of scent profile? Not yet. It's not something that absolutely moves me. It's not bad. I can see where the compliment factors can be there, but there is something there that is a little bit bothersome to me that wouldn't make it a fragrance that I particularly would reach for on a consistent basis if I'm just keeping it 1,000, which I just don't know how else to do. It does have a little bit of an addictive quality, which I do appreciate. Like, I'm glad it does have that factor about it, so maybe there is something here. I think this is one of those fragrances that I'm not going to absolutely jump into judging it right off a rip. I'm gonna say that at this moment, it's not driving me crazy, but there is potential. I know it's not exactly what you guys want to hear, because you want to hear a pro or a con right from Jump Street. This is something I'm gonna have to revisit. Usually I can give you a strong interpretation, yay or nay, right from jump, and down the line it could potentially change. That's how the opinions work, right? These are first impressions, these aren't first wears. But right now, I'm gonna stick by it doesn't drive me crazy. I would prefer it over the Le Male scent profiles, which just automatically give me a piercing headache. This has a little bit of that element that does kind of, but off the skin, it's playing off a little bit better than I anticipated. I'm not crazy over it, let's be 1,000. And this is not something I would instantly categorize as an absolute panty dropper. But at this moment, I'm gonna reserve the ball spraying and say I have to wear it, see how I feel about it, see if I potentially get any compliments, preferably from this little MILF. But at this moment, Scandal is aight. I'm fresh out of the bed. I just had to put on the camera just to give you my final conclusion. I cannot wear Scandal. I'm getting rid of it. I had to scrub it off my... Something about whatever chemicals that they're using in their scents, for me, have this reactionary thing that give me a headache instantly. Like, it was bothering me to a point where I had to scrub my arm, which is the same thing that I've said previously about the Le Male fragrances. They just don't work for me. It's not a fragrance I'm ever going to wear again. It doesn't work for me. Me and Jean Paul Gaultier house so far just don't mesh. Bro, you know what it is that I had to get up from like a half drunken stupor and like legit. Nah, bro. I smell like shit. I gotta go take a shower. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. What do you think of Scandal by Jean Paul Gaultier? Are you just Team Le Male and somebody named Scandal? Or is this better than that and I should really give it a full couple of wears before I make my final determination? Love y'all mother suckers from the heart, and I'll see y'all snitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Rah! Smooches.
What's fresh? Who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test? Who by
for the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.